What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Faye. I'm back again, Kamakawa, and as you can tell, I'm all smiles. I'm excited. It's Bob Dylan. That means it's story time. I love stories. And one thing that I've come to realize, Bob Dylan's songs are more of stories. So today we are going to be listening to the Ballad of Frankie Lee and Judas Priest. So this is the audio version. I'm excited and looking forward to see what it will unravel. And so I'm hoping that you're going to take this journey with me all the way to the end. And Kamakawa, to me as always, I'll be giving my comments as well as interpretations at the end. So stay tuned. And so without further ado, let's begin straight into it and hear what Bob Dylan has to say about the Ballad of Frankie Lee and Judas Priest.
Well, Frankie Lee and Judas Priest, they were the best of friends. So when Frankie Lee needed money one day, Judas quickly pulled out a roll of tens.
Ooh, friendship, huh?
Placed them on a footstool just above the plotted plain, saying, "Take your pick, Frankie boy, my loss will be your gain." Well, Frankie Lee, he sat right down and put his fingers to his chin. But with the cold eyes of Judas on him, his head began to spin. "Could you please not stare at me like that?" he said. "It's just my foolish pride. But sometimes a man must be alone, and this is no place to hide." Well, Judas, he just winked and said, "All right, I'll leave you here. But you better hurry up and choose which of those bills you want before they all disappear. I'm gonna start my picking right now. Just tell me where you'll be." Judas pointed down the road and said, "Eternity." "Eternity," said Frankie Lee, with a voice as cold as ice. "That's right," said Judas, "eternity, though you might call it paradise." "I don't call it anything," said Frankie Lee with a smile. "All right," said Judas Priest, "I'll see you after a while." Well, Frankie Lee, he sat back down, feeling low and mean, when just then a passing stranger burst upon the scene, saying, "Are you Frankie Lee, the gambler, whose father's deceased? Well, if you are, there's a fella calling you down the road, and they say his name is Priest." "Oh, yes, he is my friend," said Frankie Lee in fright. "I do recall him very well. In fact, he just left my sight." "Yes, that's the one," said the stranger, as quiet as a mouse. "Well, my message is he's down the road, stranded in a house." Well, Frankie Lee, he panicked. He dropped everything and ran, until he came onto the spot where Judas Priest did stand. "What kind of house is this," he said, "where I have come to roam?" "It's not a house," says Judas Priest. "It's not a house, it's a home." Well, Frankie Lee, he trembled. He soon lost all control over everything which he had made while the mission bells did toll. He just stood there staring at that big house as bright as any sun. Ooh. With 24 windows and a woman's face in every one. Well, up the stairs ran Frankie Lee.
Wow, a woman's face in every window. It said 20-something windows. Let me just take it a little bit back. I'm sorry, guys. So far, I hope you're loving the song. I love stories. So I'm really enjoying it. And Bob Dylan's style of singing just It's beautiful. I love it. So yeah, I've taken it a little bit back to here. How many windows were there? And remember, every window has the lady's face. Well, I hope it's one lady.
Told. He just stood there staring at that big house as bright as any sun, with 24 windows and a woman's face in every one. Well, up the stairs ran Frankie Lee with a soulful bounding leap, and foaming at the mouth he began to make his midnight creep. For 16 nights and days he raved, but on the 17th he burst into the arms of Judas Priest, which is where he died of thirst. No,
I don't get it. I'm sorry, guys, but we just have to get the song because I'm now lost. Like, he gets to this paradise with big windows, every window having the face of a woman. And he gets in, then he's foaming in his mouth. What is happening? So let's hear that again. I'm sorry.
Lee with a soulful bounding leap, and foaming at the mouth he began to make his midnight creep. For 16 nights and days he raved, but on the 17th he burst into the arms of Judas Priest, which is where he died of thirst. No one tried to say a thing when they carried him out in jest, except of course the little neighbor boy who carried him to rest. And he just walked along alone with his guilt so well concealed, and muttered underneath his breath, nothing is revealed. Story, the moral of this song is simply that one should never be where one does not belong. So when you see your neighbor carrying something, help him with his load, and don't go mistaking paradise for that home across the road.
I love stories. So that was a story and a half. So yeah, I loved it, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's heartbreaking at the end what happened to Frankie Lee, and I feel like it's of course Bob Dylan has explained the moral of the story at the end, but at some point I was kind of lost. So what happened to Frankie Lee while in this paradise? Because it has, I'm assuming now, since it mentioned that it has 20 windows with a woman's face on each window. So I'm assuming it's more like a brothel kind of, no idea, but just me thinking. So yeah, maybe it's different women's, like 20 of them, and he got to this place, had fun, and the last until he got himself in the hands of Judas Priest. So Judas Priest was a friend, but not just a friend, betrayed him, and it seems like Judas Priest killed him. So yeah, which is so unfortunate, and it said that your biggest enemies are the ones that are closest to you, not the ones outside, because the ones closest to you are the ones that know you well. Sorry about that, my mic is moving. So yeah, and it's interesting, so I love it, and I really enjoyed listening to the story. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comment section, did you love it? And if you did, of course, give it some love, give it a thumbs up, and then drop a comment and share what wowed you about it. How did it make you feel, and what is your take on it? And at the end, you see the boy was feeling guilty, was walking around with guilt because he knew what happened. Is the one that carried him out of that paradise. And it seems like Judas Priest was actually luring Frankie Lee by giving him the money to pay his bills. And before he even took the money, he's inviting him over, not inviting, but saying that he's waiting. And of course, Frankie Lee ran to him and thinking that there's something, there's a problem, because it's your friend. So I would say Frankie Lee was a real friend, but Judas Priest was not a friend, an enemy actually. So it's so sad, and that is the reality of life. Some friends we call friends are actually not our friends, but rather our enemies. So it's good to be watchful. And and not expect too much from a friend. I would say that is the way to go about it, because you don't know who's the realest, so it's difficult, and that is the world we are living in. So I'll end this here because I'm such a talker. I talk too much, so let me not talk too much here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this story. Actually, the ballad is a story, right? So it's more of the story of Frankie Lee and Judas Priest. Let me know what you think of it, and if you enjoyed it, give it some love, and see you in the next one. But before I go, if today is your first time here, karibu is Swahili for welcome, and feel right at home. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so that you can be part of this lovely family. If you'd love to be notified whenever I post a video, consider to smash on that notification bell. And by doing that, you won't miss out on any episode going forward. And last but not least, if you'd love to support this channel, you're welcome to do so. All you need to do is check the description below, where you'll find the link to my Patreon community, as well as my PayPal address. And you can have guaranteed requests through other platforms as well. So once again, thank you for watching. Nawapenda sana, and see you in the next one. So for now, your girl is out, so peace out, and bye.